Hey there, guys, and happy Friday or TGIF. You know I am always delighted when you come and join me for another great episode of the Indie Spotlight Philly. I would like to thank all of the viewers, all of the guests, and all of the supporters of the Indie Spotlight Philly, because without you, there would be no vlog, no show. So I always got to shout you guys out first. Okay. I am your host, Shay Renee, and I want you to take a look at my two links in my Instagram bio. The first one is to my YouTube page. Like, share, comment, review, and subscribe to the Indie Spotlight Philly YouTube channel. I have over 85 enjoyable, fun-filled, and exciting episodes with artists, owners, entrepreneurs, internet personalities, viral stars, and a whole array of others. So go and like, share, review, comment, and subscribe to the Indie Spotlight Philly YouTube channel. If you subscribe to me, I will subscribe back to you. Okay? Also, check out the first season of the Indie Spotlight Philly podcast. Available on Anchor.fm, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. I've uploaded the first season of the Indie Spotlight Philly with 20 episodes, so go and check that out. I hope I can upload season 2 and season 3 of the podcast. Hopefully I'll get that up there very, very, very soon. But tonight's episode of the Indie Spotlight Philly Fridays, we have a special guest on from Philadelphia, PA, DJ Law. And he is in the room now, so I will definitely invite him to the camera. We're going to start the interview, but first, please keep your comments at a minimum so we don't distract our guests on. But you can ask as many questions as you want in the question box in the lower right-hand corner of your Instagram screen. So, let's get
Shay,
Hey,
how you doing?
how you doing?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Yeah, okay, great.
Good.
It's good to see you, and I wanted to tell you thank you for being very reachable so that I can do the interview with you on the Indie Spotlight Philly.
Sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity, and you're doing a lot of great things.
Thank you.
Sure.
So you're from Philly, right? So what part of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania are you from?
Yeah, sure. So I'll just start by saying that West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days. So having a strong background in the West Philadelphia area, mainly Overbrook. So and that's pretty much where I grew up. Right now, I currently live in Delaware, but I'm still Philly to the day I die.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the way that you came up with your name DJ Law is well, I read how you did, but can you tell people how you came up with your name?
Yeah, sure. So of course my name is Lawrence, but people started to call me Law, and Law people used to call me Law Boogie, and and the boogie's a little bit too ratchet, so I took the boogie out and have it as Law.
Okay, no, it's
Yeah.
smart. No, it's smart, unique, and a great name. It's very memorable.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been a DJ?
Yeah, sure. So I've been really DJing since I was about 13. That's where I started doing.
Oh, wow.
And having a strong interest in music. But I really took it professional over the past 5 years since I was 20. I'm 25 now. And I just started investing in my career and started networking, meeting people. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where can people find you at on social media if they wanted to book you for a party or talk to you about pricing or talk to you about an event?
Sure. So I would say right now mainly on Instagram, but you can also find me on rivmixentertainment.com. That is a wedding and branding specialist that I work with.
What is the name of it?
Rivmix Entertainment.
Red Mix Entertainment. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
rivmixentertainment.com. I'm also there, so you can find me there. I'm also on LinkedIn, Lawrence Simon, if you like to, find me there as well. So I try to keep the professional networks going.
Right. So, do you sell anything? Do you sell anything? Do you have any merchandise for sale or tickets or anything like that for sale that you want to talk to people about?
Yeah. Well, in terms of merchandise, things will start. Well, I haven't released anything yet, but certain things will be coming out soon in the next couple of months. So stay tuned on that. I'll be releasing some items, T-shirts, and some small merchandise that'll also be coming out too as well for the brand as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Great. That's awesome. It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So, um, what is some of the best advice you could tell someone that is trying to start out to be a DJ and trying to get into entertainment and stuff into network? What is some good advice that you may have for that person?
Sure. Well, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. You literally said it right there. You said network, and networking is so key. Networking is very key in order to figure out, where you want to go to the next level in entertainment. And getting started off in entertainment, it just really pays to know people. But anybody I would say starting out to be a DJ, first off, just you know grab some turntables, grab some songs, and get on there and really just start to get yourself acclimated with the software and the hardware, and just learn music. Pretty much, I mean, as a DJ, you just really have to know music, crowd control, how to read your crowd, um, yeah, things of that nature. But mainly the key
Yeah.
is networking. You got to know some people.
Right. So I know a lot of people that are DJs are producers. Are you a producer?
I started off as a producer, but I didn't really, carry that into
Yeah,
my
yeah.
DJ career. But
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely something that I picked up along the way and something I can do. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Most DJs do start off as producers or playing an instrument. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah. So
So, do you have any upcoming events that you can tell people about? Any?
yeah, sure. September 4th, I actually have one of my biggest events on the Spirit of Philadelphia. It's an all-white
Oh,
party. Yeah, it's an all-white party, which is awesome. Um,
wow.
yeah,
That's for Labor Day.
correct. Yeah, that's for Labor Day.
Oh, okay. And how much are the tickets for that?
I believe the tickets are around $95 for that event. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But they're having a full night out and stuff like that. And is the event like about 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, it's from about 11:30 to about 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah.
Great.
That's probably one of my next biggest events. But other than that, I do like small weddings, things of that nature, private events
Yeah.
mainly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I noticed like the aspect of being an entertainer and too. It's so much of independent contracting and entrepreneurship that goes with it.
Hmm.
Nobody tells you that, when you're going to be either a DJ or an artist or something like that. I think it's really essential for to talk to other artists. That's why I like to talk to other artists or other people in entertainment and find out how do they maneuver, how do they make their network, and how do they find their resources, right?
Right. Yeah, generally, because I mean that's the best way to do it. Is to speak to other people and figure out what's going on in the market. I would also say pay
Mhm.
attention to the marketplace because that's so important to figure out what the market needs.
Great. Yeah. Um, if you had the chance to collaborate with any DJ, it could be mainstream or independent.
Yeah.
Do any DJs come to mind or people?
Um. Honestly, I love the local Philadelphia scene. I love the local Philadelphia scene in terms of the DJs that are around, and I would really just love to collaborate with those around me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll start naming a few DJs that I would collaborate with. Like DJ Dark Prime. I did tons of events with him.
Mm-hmm.
DJ from last night. Um, Official Nico Oso, who's another DJ. DJ Jazz. Some local people that I've done some events with. DJ Move. Um, of course, everybody would collaborate with DJ Jazzy Jeff, right?
Yeah.
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 So Jazzy Jeff. Yeah, I mean, there's tons more that I could, name, but
Mm.
definitely a lot of people from the local Philadelphia scene too as well that have inspired me. So Yeah.
So, well, I think you named some really good names, and that's great that you want to collaborate with people you've met before and local people or people from Philadelphia or from the tri-state area.
Hmm.
So, due to what happened with COVID-19,
Sure.
what it did to events, what it did for live performance, or anything that was going on live, pretty much everything was shut down for a period of time.
Right. Right.
And
Exactly.
now that we're slowly, getting back, we're slowly trying to get back before we get swamped or whatever with another wave.
Hmm.
How has that been? How has booking and getting bookings, how has that been going for you? Because some people that are artists depend on their gigs and stuff like that to have an income.
Sure. I mean, of course, it has affected the community in a great way, and my heart goes out to anybody who was majorly affected by it. And
Hmm.
I just pray that things get better for anybody who is currently on the live and has been affected by it. But honestly, as a DJ, it hasn't really affected me getting back to it because I've made so many connections in a lot of areas, and it's just really easy for me to pick up either a private event or maybe some other small gig. So it hasn't really affected me. But also, in addition to that, being that I have the network that I have, which is key. What I said before, networking is key. Um, that's so important when you're trying to pick up gigs and things of that nature. But it hasn't really affected me at all. Outside of IT, outside of DJing, I work in IT, so I'm not really,
Oh,
yeah, I'm not really affected.
so
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can finish.
No, no, I was just gonna say, outside of DJing, I work in IT, so thank God, I haven't really been affected at all during this pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you were able to obtain or sustain your job as you're doing your DJing gigs, or I mean that's really pretty much the life of an entertainer. They're going to need something sustainable,
yeah,
to either
exactly.
pour back into what they're doing
Right,
or until they do what they do full time.
right.
Um, how do you have any music on streaming platforms?
Um, I do, but it's just some older stuff. But I'm working on, releasing some new mixes, and like I said,
Okay.
merchandise will be coming out soon too as well. And I'll be doing a rebranding of my brand, so which is awesome. Yeah,
That is a good topic that you brought up
right.
about rebranding. And normally, I mean, now that we have social media and so much stuff you can see when someone like rebrands, like you can see like when everything becomes new. But I think that is a good topic to discuss
Right.
about how to rebrand and what you're rebranding for and stuff like that. Do you find it hard to rebrand or no?
Um, being in the entertainment sector, not really. It's not really hard to rebrand yourself as an entertainer.
Hmm.
I would say it would be harder to rebrand yourself if you were an enterprise or a company, because at that
Hmm.
point you're dealing with an organization, so you have to motivate people, get them attached to your vision. But when you're an entertainer, it's just you can wake up tomorrow and say, hey, I want to reinvent myself. But on the back end of that, you also have to have a vision for yourself as an entertainer. So if you have that vision, yeah, as an entertainer, just reinvent yourself.
Right, right. Do you work with any nonprofit organizations?
Currently at the moment, I do not. I would love to. So if that
Hmm.
opportunity does come up, I'm very open to that. But right now, I'm working with the Chamber of Commerce of Philadelphia, so that's not a nonprofit organization.
Yes, right. But it is an organization.
Yep.
What exactly does the Chamber of Commerce do?
Yeah. So the Chamber of Commerce of Philadelphia is basically where some of the top business leaders, CEOs, executives, some of those businesses are represented by the Chamber of Commerce.
Hmm.
So that's just a great hub for people to get information on business, local Philadelphia business, in addition to trends and things happening in the area relating to business.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's actually
yeah.
that's really really good. Do you or have you through your career have you mentored any DJs or do you mentor anyone that is looking to become to be a DJ?
I personally have not mentored anybody looking to become a DJ, but
Hmm.
I have been mentored by some of the names that I mentioned earlier, and
Okay.
yeah, I've been mentioned, definitely mentored by some of those guys, and some of those guys actually opened up ways for me to become who I am today. So very appreciative of that. But I personally not mentored anybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great, great. Did you have a favorite venue that you did, or a favorite party that you did, or a favorite venue or that you do?
Yeah. Actually, the group is called Finley Catering, and they have
Okay.
two venues downtown in Center City called that I've been at, called the Ben Franklin Ballroom, and the other one is Union Trust. And
Okay.
I know a few of my DJ friends have joined the live, and of course they've been with me in there, and that room is just so great. But Finley Catering, I believe they've been around for 30 plus years. A great family-owned group, and I always enjoy working with them.
Wow, great, great. And is there any place that you have not performed at yet that you would like, that you would wish to perform at or would like to perform at?
Yeah, would love to, do more things in the Philadelphia area, whether it be, working or doing stuff at the Fillmore or at the Met Philadelphia, or, just doing local shows and more venues. I'd love to collaborate in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope that like sometime, in the near future, I'll be able to attend one of your events
Sure, sure,
and actually, yeah, and actually like come to the event.
sure.
Um, is there then I also want to ask, do you have any um entertainment like business advice for anyone that is wanting to start their own business? Because I mean, whenever you're an artist or a DJ or producer, you are like the business that is you.
Sure. Because I'm not an advisor, I won't really speak to certain things. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll say personally from myself, it's always good to be licensed and insured, depending upon
Mm-hmm.
whatever, entertainer you might be. Also to have the right business structure, so get the right business mentoring. I know that Philadelphia itself, through a program called SCORE, provides like small business mentorship to people who are starting businesses and things of that nature. But it's always good to be licensed and insured, of course. It's always good to have the correct business license. And also it's good to claim the correct tax benefits that might be due to you
Mm-hmm.
as an entertainer. So, and I know you could probably speak on more things too as well.
Yeah, I've always never really understood, because like as you're an entertainer and you're a sole proprietor or an independent contractor, and there's
Hmm.
so much other things that come with it, because when you look at yourself starting this,
Right,
you don't look at yourself as a company,
right,
right? But you don't look at yourself as a company, but that's exactly what you are. You're like, yeah, you are a company.
right,
So I was never real familiar with that. I tried to get more familiar with it and still am looking to get more familiar with it. But I always like to ask someone who is experiencing it, who's doing it now, for, things like that, like what they should be doing, what should they be looking out for,
right,
anything like that.
right.
Yeah.
It's very important, very important.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and as a DJ,
Hmm.
how do you like, what is some what do you have any like equipment suggestions for anyone that is just starting out trying to be a DJ or trying to hold music or anything like that? Because I noticed that you are IT, so you are definitely really knowledgeable in that,
Yeah.
because I'm noticing
Yeah.
everything in the world is ran by a computer.
Right.
The music, the station, I mean, the music stations, the social media, everything is ran by a computer. So is
Right.
there anything that you would say that you wouldn't leave like a venue without taking with you to your like your DJ venue?
Sure, sure. So, yeah, I'll just start off by saying, if you're a beginner DJ out there and you're looking to get started, and you're very excited and passionate about music and things of that nature, I would start by maybe getting a very cheap DJ controller, and leveraging maybe, a computer that you might have in the house, something laying around, and, just download the free version of the software Serato, depending upon, whatever type of DJ you want to be. Different DJs you just use different softwares, but just start off there, get something cheap, and just practice every single day. Just get acclimated with music, get acclimated with certain styles of DJing, mixing, transitions, things of that nature, and pretty much just start there. But overall, I could not leave my house without a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Do you use a Mac?
I do. So I definitely recommend Macs for DJs just because of the quality overall on the
Mm-hmm.
computer. Now the price might be a real, it might be up there,
Yeah, it's an investment, right?
but it,
You're going to have to invest in it, right?
right, exactly. If you have a passion about, your career, you have to invest, of course. So that comes with a price tag.
Yeah. So, and during a given night, or like maybe like a 3 or 4 hour event, how many songs do you normally go through? I'm curious.
Yeah, depending upon a set, the set can last
Mm-hmm.
anywhere from 30 minutes to about an hour. It's generally 30 to 90 songs. And I mean,
Wow.
I would say I go through at least 120 plus, depending upon the event. Sometimes I'm just playing a song for maybe a couple minutes. People
Yeah,
know it, they
yeah.
recognize it, but then I'm going somewhere else. So yeah, I'm doing.
Right. And I noticed also, like, when you do have a DJ, when you do have a DJ at an event, they are normally the complete package. So you're also the host.
Right, exactly. So
You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing, because sometimes you can just like have a host at an event and have music, but you're being the host and you're being you're being the host and everything like that.
right.
Can that get a little confusing, like as you're doing it, like hosting
Yeah, yeah,
while you're doing what you're doing?
yeah, definitely it can. And I'll just speak on that real quick by saying, like that can be confusing at certain times, but of course, you're the MC or the person
Yeah.
there, so you have to keep the crowd in control, and that's something that I'm not a professional. Well, I'm a DJ professionally, but I'm not like no DJ Jazzy Jeff or anything like that. I just have a passion for music, but I'm still learning those things, what they call
Hmm.
mic work, and learning how to control a crowd. So it's all a learning process, but it continually develops over time. So
Yes, yes. So before I end or wrap up the interview,
sure.
I wanted to ask, did you have any more questions or anything else that you wanted to add?
Um, I would just like to say, for any up and coming DJ, any business or collaborative person that would like to reach out and connect with me, my DMs are open. I love to work with people, love to work with the local community, and I just like to say, it was great being featured here on the Indie Spotlight. Hope to come back too as well and do more interviews as well. And I'm very proud of what you're doing in the local Philadelphia community, and let's definitely
Thank you.
collaborate and work on some projects together.
Yes, I would definitely like to collaborate with you and meet you in person and all
Sure,
that. Meet you in person and come to one of your events now that a lot of things are 50% or 75% back up and running. So
sure,
yes, I would definitely like that. I wanted to say thank you for being a guest on the Indie Spotlight, and
sure.
thank all the people who came and who came and watched, and thank you for all of your good advice and everything like that. Could you also tell them before I wrap up
Sure.
where they can find you and your next event that you're having?
Sure. So, of course, mainly, I'm available on all social medias. I mean, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me mainly on IG is where I'm active. IG, my name is DJ Law 215. On LinkedIn, my first name is Lawrence, last name is Simon. You can find me there too as well. But and in terms of my next event, my next biggest event is on the Spirit of Philadelphia on September 4th. It's an all-white party, and hope to see anybody who wants to attend. I hope to see you there, and again, my DMs are open if anybody needs to talk or wants to collaborate.
Awesome, awesome. That all white party does sound fun.
I know, right?
Um, it sounds fun, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that it's the whole weekend, so
yeah.
that does sound like a whole lot of fun. Well, thank you again, DJ Law, for coming on, and I hope you have a great night.
Sure. Thank you so much. All right. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
It was good meeting you.
You bye.
Yeah.